I call this segment "Line It Up," and we're going to talk about basically a leak of list of games from the Xbox Bethesda list that we got to kind of see a little glimmer of what's coming soon from now to, I want to say, it never told us like where it stopped, right? It just kind of, like to guess the end of 2024, I guess that's what we're looking at so far.
Yeah, I mean, from back then, that's what they estimated to end of 2024.
So I'm just going to read down the list, and then, Jerron, I'm going to throw it at you, and which one stood out to you out of this list? Which one gets you hype? Which games don't get you hype? So for financial of 2022, at the time, there was supposed to be Oblivion Remaster, Indiana Jones game, which we know that Indiana Jones got pushed back, I think, to 2024. So we know that's still being worked by Machine Games. Then we have Doom Year Zero in DLC. We have Project Kestrel, Project Platinum, then for 2023. And then financial year for 2024, we have the Elder Scrolls 6, Project Kestrel expansion, licensed IP game, Fallout 3 remaster, Ghostwire Tokyo sequel, Dishonored 3, Doom Year Zero DLC. So that's another piece of DLC from that list. For people that, what I found out for Project Kestrel, I heard it's supposed to be some kind of MMO maybe project that's supposed to be happening. That's what I heard about. The rumors about
Kestrel, let's see. Yeah.
Give or take. And then, of course, Project Platinum, which everybody's first speculation is going to be what game, Jerron?
Oh, God.
Scalebound.
I don't even.
Scalebound. People are
Scalebound.
People thinking it's that. I don't think it's that at all.
People hold on to hope, don't they?
Well, because Platinum never made a game for Xbox, so people are just hoping for the best. People were really on that, Peach Dragon video game. You know what I mean? So, and don't get me wrong, I was a little hype about it. I thought it was pretty exciting for what it is. But Jerron, I go to you on this list. Which one excited you? Maybe none of them excited you. So.
I would say I'd be interested to see what the hell they would be doing with Doom Year Zero. Like, what is Year Zero? Doom prequel?
It has to
technically be. The Doom Slayer story is modern as we know it is done.
It has to be a prequel. It has to be.
And how would they go about that? Because if it's Doom Year Zero, going off of spoilers, Doom Eternal's lore, it would be you in a different, or Doom Slayer in a different dimension or whatever like that. So it would be interesting to see that. I'm curious about that.
So is Doom and Doom Eternal a different universe, say, from the original Doom 1, 2, and 3?
It's kind of like a requel, in the sense that it reimagines some of the storylines, but it also alludes to certain things that happened, but by framing it in myth and legend.
Okay, so we are assuming that Doom Zero, Year Zero, is in the same universe as Doom and Doom Eternal.
I think I think so. Okay. I mean, it would be bizarre if they didn't. If they tried to reboot it all again this soon. So I would say that got my attention. I haven't played the original Ghostwire or any of the Dishonored games, so I cannot get hyped about that. But I've seen them in action, and they do look pretty. The Indiana Jones game, I'm curious how they would do this, considering there have been at least two different IPs that did it better than the Indiana Jones games, and that would be Uncharted and Tomb Raider.
It'd be interesting for Machine Games, right? Because we still don't know if it's going to be third person over the shoulder or first person. I think they're going to probably do first person because, I mean, that's what they're good at. And so the question is like, if the whip or if that's going to be accessible in that way. I don't know. It's going to be weird.
I mean, and that's the other thing. The part of what makes Indiana Jones so beloved is the adventure spectacle. I think it would be difficult to capture that scope in strictly first-person mode. I know Machine Games, they're the ones who did Wolfenstein games. Yeah, they can capture a good story and adventure.
And it has Nazis, which they're known for killing a lot of.
Yeah, But I think if they were to do Indiana Jones game, I think they should do a combination of over the shoulder, like Tomb Raider and Uncharted with first person.
Okay.
I think that maybe that, but I don't know, man. I'm having a hard time imagining a first person Indiana Jones game.
Okay. Is that all? That's all you got?
That's okay. Cool. That's all. That's all my
cool.
My heart beats for.
Fallout 3 remaster. No, I'm not excited for that because it should be a remake. Like, why is it on here at the time? At that time, I would have been upset that this is coming out in 2024, and we're doing a remaster for that game. That game needs a remake. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. A remaster. What are they gonna fix that is really gonna be an overhaul experience? Like, yeah, it'll be playable. That's, I guess, like, they'll make it more playable, but like graphic wise, I mean, don't get me wrong, playing that game, I'm not saying that game, okay, let me rephrase that. Fallout 3 is ugly. And when I mean ugly, I mean the world of this apocalypse, it's an ugly world.
It's dated. It's very dated.
Not so much graphically. I'm just talking about that environment. Out of all the other Fallouts, this is the least colorfulness, right? Like, it is gray. It is gray, nuclear, and everything like that. So, like, what are you going to do with a remaster to make it different from what it is? It's just so dark and dampy and ugly and soapy, and like a remaster, I don't think it's going to do the job. Now, doing like, I think like a remaster maybe for a New Vegas might work a little bit better based on what I have seen people do with mods.
And people like New Vegas more than Fallout 3 anyway. Yeah,
that mod for what they did to make it look good because of the color palette and everything look great. But Fallout 3 is gray as hell. And so to me, that game needs to be remake and change some stuff up about that game. And some of the stuff that you have to do at the beginning that took you a while before you actually opened that door. There was that beginning was a long time.
It was a slog.
It was a slog. Yes, it was. And what are some of the new things that you're trying to add and modernize? You got to modernize this game of like Fallout 4. Yeah. A remaster to me is not going to work for that, in my opinion. I like Fallout 3. I think that's the game that got me into Fallout. I love that game.
Out of all the Fallout games, I played the most of. Out of all the modern Fallout games, I played the most of 3. Yeah, and that still wasn't even that much.
So I'm very disappointed that we are there, especially if you know Bethesda very well and you know their the way they do stuff. A remaster is not going to end well for how we play this game. It's just not going to end well.
Let me put it this way. Let me pose this to you. How many platforms is Skyrim on? How many generations has Skyrim lasted?
Right.
PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and and Switch. Yeah, so they'll stop doing it when people stop buying it. So I think they know that people would prefer a remake. They're doing a remaster strictly to buy time and line their coffers.
No, you're not wrong. I'm just saying, like, I know, look, based on this list, we know people are going to buy this game. It's just what it is. I get that 100%. Same along with Oblivion Remaster. I get that 100%. Okay? But Oblivion Remaster has a better chance of a remaster that will look a little bit more tolerable compared to Fallout 3 if you had to compare it to 2. And I know, and it's different between buying it and then the complaints come after. And I think they're going to be good complaints. When it comes to Bethesda games, there is some very good reasons to complain about some of their issues compared to other people of like, no, you just don't like the game. I know with Bethesda, if there's a problem, I probably believe what I make sense. I'll say, I agree with that. You know? Especially,
they're known for their bugs.
Yes. So, like, I want to be excited for Fallout 3, but not a remaster, a remake. So, if that happens later on, if they change their mind and this is happening, then I'll be excited for that. A remaster like that feels like it would be a Switch game. You know what I mean?
And no, say it isn't going to be one.
I don't know.
Part of that fostering a good relationship with Nintendo.
Dishonored 3, I am excited for that. I like the Dishonored series. I like when they do that. I think it's it's a series that never really got never got the the proper respect that it gets sometimes. I think the game does get a lot of they're great, but they just don't get a lot of the sales that they were hoping for. So the fact they
flies under the radar.
Yeah, the fact that they're making it to 3, good job for their last game. So I guess their game did very well. They're like, we're going to do a Dishonored 3. But
Better than Deathloop.
well, that's the one. I think Deathloop did well enough for them to like do this game
Yeah. I mean,
because it wasn't Redfall. Like,
no. It was not Redfall. Deathloop did well enough for them to get Redfall.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So, but Project Platinum now, it's not going to be Scalebound. I guaranteed that.
Oh wow, you just gonna piss on their dreams at the start,
dude. Remember a while back they thought Scalebound was going to come to the Switch at one point. People would just assume because like Nintendo Platinum had been so buddy. No, to tell you the truth, I think this Project Platinum is not happening. I think that project got canceled, just like Scalebound. Something
more
happened
than
there
likely.
because till this day there hasn't been an exclusive Platinum game only on Xbox of any. And Nintendo had actually one. Bayonetta doesn't count, but Astral Chains does count. It's like a Nintendo thing. And I would argue same thing with PlayStation, you know. And I'm actually trying to think, what is their exclusive Platinum game over there? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they don't have an exclusive Platinum game over there.
It's definitely not Scarlet Nexus.
No, that's Bandai Namco. But it feels like Platinum did it in some sort of way.
Yeah, it feels like another Astral Chain.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Well, here's the thing. Let's keep in mind this leaked list is Xbox Bethesda / ZeniMax.
Right.
You know, so I think if we narrow the scope of our speculation to
it's going to be a Bethesda game,
properties in ZeniMax or Bethesda kind of thing, we might find something. But I don't know because every time I think of it, I'm thinking Fallout, Elder Scrolls, Doom, Wolfenstein, now Starfield, and that's and of course you have the Dishonored, those games. It's hard. I don't know what Kestrel or Platinum.
Right. It could just be a brand new IP, for all we know.
I mean, they do have one that says licensed IP game.
That's true.
So
That's very true.
Yeah, who the hell knows?
But Elder Scrolls 6, it's not coming out 2024.
Remember when we had the speculation when it's coming out? I said it's probably going to be. We'll hear about it in 2025.
I think you said 2025. Yeah, I believe you said that.
We'll hear about it.
Yeah,
it isn't coming out until 2026.
I said I think we'll hear about it in 2024. At least in 2024, hear something from it. But I think that
technically you're kind of right with this leak.
Yeah, but I think I was also wrong because Starfield was behind. Right, I thought Starfield was already going to be out the door by the time we would hear. Now we would be hearing Elder Scrolls 6 as, Starfield was supposed to be 2022. And so,
I remember for years you were like, man, I can't wait for that Starfield. It's gonna be. I was like, oh,
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it was more than like play it.
Yeah.
So, but Elder Scrolls 6, right now I'm not excited for it. I think it's because, due to some of the same habits that Bethesda is doing, it doesn't get me excited about how they're going to do Elder Scrolls 6, and it's mainly their AI and the way they talk to people. Like, yes, I know a lot of people, and I agree, and it's not just Baldur's Gate. A lot of other games have been doing it better than Bethesda when you talk to a person and they have personality and they move around. Okay, just Baldur's Gate is just a recent thing that really did it big, but other games
they hire actual voice actors.
I would argue Deus Ex, like one of my favorite Cyberpunk series, has AI that actually like moved around and talk and mocap and whatever. But that's beside the point. Bethesda got to step it up, right? Because Bethesda was the one that kind of pioneered that, and then I think Mass Effect is the biggest one that changed the game, because Mass Effect is the one that really put personality into their characters, and I think so. But the fact that we play you were looking at Starfield right now, and they're still doing the same habits.
People are still complaining about the same damn thing. It's like these characters are cardboard cutouts to talk.
Yeah, so Elder Scrolls 6 got to be something different for that.
They have practice every damn development sprint with Elder Scrolls Online, with ESO. You can try things there.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree with that. And so I'm not hyped for that. Because we don't know anything about Elder Scrolls 6. We don't know what's going to go on with it. We don't know how long the development's going to be, because due to the behind of Starfield finally coming out, we don't know anything about that. Todd even said that, we announced it way too early. Yeah, you did. So
yep. You got to remember, Nintendo, aside from that Metroid Prime 4, Nintendo, like, we don't say jack unless we got a release window.
Right? Elder Scrolls 6 is right up there with Beyond Good and Evil 2. So, you know.
I can just imagine you just sitting in the dark sometimes like, they said 2022. Beyond Good and Evil 2. I saw the trailers. Where is it?
Right? I bet a lot of people are. But I did say it earlier on. I said I think they're redoing it for the new gen console. And by the time they put it out, we'll be on our next gen consoles. They're like, all right, scrap it. We'll do it again. You know, it's the kind of thing.
If they did scrap it, I think they're working on the new Unreal 5 engine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, if they still have their voice work and everything done, as long as they don't have to rework everything, they just have to, remake assets on a new engine. You might get Beyond Good and Evil 2 in 2025. Yeah. Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, and shout out for Ghostwire Tokyo for getting a sequel. I heard it didn't do very well, but I guess
critically acclaimed, but commercially didn't sell.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe Hi-Fi Rush kind of helped it out a little bit to get like we're doing another one. Because now we know that there's not another Evil Within coming anytime soon. Now,
no, there's not. Shinji Mikami, press R to pay or F to pay respects, but I don't know. I've seen good stuff about Ghostwire Tokyo. I wouldn't mind playing the original. I need to get my hands on the original, but I think the reason they're also trying their hands on a lot of these companies because one, like we said, they're under Microsoft's umbrella. Two, they are really pushing for Game Pass to take off. They are pushing for Game Pass to be the platform. Mm-hmm. The platform. So they're like, screw it. We don't care. Put another Ghostwire Tokyo game out. Mm-hmm. We'll put it on Game Pass.
That should be the next Xbox names console. Bump the Series X. Just call it Xbox GP. Xbox GP. And so it's a Game Pass box. Enjoy it.
And everybody's going to say, "Oh, it's the Grand Prix." Yeah, I want that. I want that $600 Grand Prix. Thanks.
Yeah. Right. But what is your thoughts? What do you think of this lineup? What Bethesda games are you looking for? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think a Fallout remaster will look great? Do you think Oblivion remake will look great? Are you excited for Dishonored? Are you surprised as I am that Ghostwire Tokyo got a sequel? Leave a comment down below.
Oblivion.
Right. Leave a comment down below. And also, check out a couple of these videos that we have right here. And don't forget to subscribe.